So my name is Stephen Bear, and this is my informative speech. My previous speech was about the crime rate in Columbus City increasing and how to be safer on Halloween. And I read some articles that are written from the Columbus Police Department and the Phoenix City Police Department. And that speech meant a lot to me because I do have three smaller nephews that I do care about their safety. So it was really intriguing to see that the crime rate is increasing. So this speech is about how the Columbus Police Department and they're trying to do their jobs and a big problem that they are having to do that job. So the main problem is that they are losing officers every year and have a high turnover rate of officers. And in my research, I did see that there are three main reasons for this problem. The first reason is a lack of a budget. There is not enough money in Columbus to pay the officers what they need and what they want. So a lot of them are leaving to get higher paying jobs to support their family. And I did read an article that was written from ledgerinquirer.com, written by Mike Owen and Tiffany Stevens. The second main reason is that new recruits are making as much as officers that have been there on the force for 3 to 5 years. So the older officers are now leaving because they're not getting pay increases every year. So they're also resigning, and therefore, the high turnover rate. And in that same article, there is a quote which Mayor Tomlinson did mention two ideas to help try to increase the longevity of police officers. That quote does begin. Tomlinson said, she and Boren have brainstormed creative ways to retain officers other than giving substantial cost of living raises, for there just isn't a budget in the money in the budget for. One way would be to create a new pay grade for officers on the street so that when they have a couple of years of experience, they would have an incentive to stay. Another would be to offer longevity bonuses to officers that remain 3 to 5 years. And of course, with officers with experience, that would also help keep our city safer. The third main reason for the high turnover rate is that some officers are leaving to go work at easier cities and lower populated cities. City of Columbus does have 200,000 plus people, so it's a pretty big city. So officers are leaving to go to smaller communities that have a lower crime rate, and they're getting paid the exact same. So in a different article, but also from ledgerinquirer.com, this article was written by Alba James Johnson. The quote does begin, this is also said by the Mayor Tomlinson. Some of them are going to places that would be the equivalent to gated communities, she said, using Brookhaven in Atlanta as an example. You've got these affluent communities with virtually no crime. They've got a couple of police officers, and they're paying what we pay. So they're going over there for the easier job and the lower risk on the job. So with those three reasons, that is the main problem of the police force now, is the high turnover rate. I did look at the annual report this year, but also for the past several years too. I did also notice that we have the Police Reform Act, which after 3 years and 5 years, there is a pay increase for the police officers. So now they are starting to stay a little bit longer. For this year, we do have a turnover rate of -10. So we did lose 10 officers this year total. Last year we had +9, which is really good. The 2 years before that, before the Police Reform Act, we did have a -20 plus. So we were losing 20 officers every year before this. So we are increasing the longevity of our police officers. So we are on the right track. And hopefully Columbus can continue this in the future. And thank you for listening to my speech.